Hi guys, my name is Dr. Wangui Njuguna. I'm a consultant psychiatrist. I work at Mathare National Teaching and Referral Hospital, and I'm also a board member for Kenya Psychiatric Association. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and during this month, psychiatrists and other mental health practitioners carry out many activities to create awareness. And this is one of the things that we are doing as KPA to bring awareness to you. My focus today will be on the theme for this year's mental health awareness, of which the theme is mental health across generations. So we're thinking about mental health among the Gen Zs, mental health among millennials, mental health among Gen Xs, and even the new generations that have come up, Gen Alphas, and probably even Gen Betas. So my focus today will be mental health among the millennials. My first question that I ask myself, what are the mental health challenges that millennials are facing? Myself being a millennial, we say that millennials are people that were born between 1981, I think they are 80, up to 1996. And don't ask me, but I'm somewhere in between there. What are the challenges that this group of cohort of people who are born during this time are facing? One of the things that we've come across a lot is burnout. This generation at the moment are the working class. There are people who are above 40. And there are people who are in the corporate world. There are people who are running their businesses. There are people who are employed in one place or the other. So burnout comes out very strongly, or has come out repeatedly among these people, that they are experiencing a lot of burnout, and they're also experiencing a lot of culture issues at the workplace and how to handle these issues. So I will go directly into burnout. What is burnout? Burnout, sometimes people wanaweza fikiria burnout ni kuchoka. Ni kuboeka tu ile, you're just pissed off at work or something like that. But burnout, as a psychiatrist and as mental health workers, actually we recognize it as a condition that has been recognized by one of the books that directs us on how to make diagnosis of mental disorder. So burnout is one of the conditions that is categorized in what we call DSM-5. DSM is just a diagnostic statistical manual that categorizes psychiatric disorder. So it's one of the conditions that is listed down there. But I will just try and delve into it in a general way, or in a way that we can all understand. So what is burnout? As I said earlier, sometimes burnout can be just kuchoka, kuboeka tu, kufeel ni kama umeisha, you don't even have energy anymore. But in terms of the definition, burnout is a combination of things. It's chronic stress, it's exhaustion, and detachment. You feel like you're completely detached either from yourself or even from the work or from the people that you work with. So it's a combination of things. It's chronic stress, it's chronic fatigue, and chronic detachment from things. So ni kitu yenye imekuwa hapo for a long time. It's not those ones that maybe for 1 week you've been out in the field and you feel like I'm really tired. And it's okay to be tired when you do some work and you do some really serious work. So you can be engaged in a lot of or in intensive work at the workplace, and then you get tired. But when you're tired and you rest over the weekend, and if you have enough sleep and Monday morning you're still energized, that means you don't have burnout. So burnout is where you're doing, even if it's not intensive work, you're doing regular work, but you're feeling even the regular work is making you extremely tired, and it's a tiredness that you feel like it's going on for long. Usually we say over 2 weeks, even going to months, and even more than 6 months. Sometimes you feel you're just chronically tired. You're tired every day, day in, day out, even after you've had enough sleep. And later on I will tell us maybe what are some of the mitigations that we can have to burnout. So burnout is those things. And how do you recognize burnout? How would you recognize burnout in yourself? One of the things that we say that you recognize burnout is when you feel that you're constantly tired. You're constantly tired, as I said earlier, even when you've had enough rest at night. We say that you need to rest at least 7 to 8 hours or 7 to 9 hours at night. You can have those 7 to 9 hours on a daily basis, but you're still feeling fatigued, you're still feeling very tired when you show up at work. That is where sometimes I personally feel like when I feel that kind of tiredness, I tell people that my soul is tired. Yani, something deep within me, si ile ya kuchoka tu ya mwili, ama ukienda ka massage, ukienda ka weekend, unasikia ni kama umekuwa revived. That tiredness is a tiredness that is beyond tiredness that is taken care of by regular rests. A second thing that you can recognize burnout with is a feeling of detachment. Una feel ni kama disconnect. You feel like you are not yourself anymore. You're not the person that you used to be before. You feel like you've disconnected from your co-workers. Watu ulikuwa unaenjoy kufanya kazi na wao in the morning when you're going to work, you're saying hi to the watchee, you're high-fiving your receptionist, and you feel like you're connecting with those people. But now with burnout, you feel like these people, you're not connecting with them anymore. You're not happy to be at work with them. You're not happy with yourself. You're feeling like you're not the person that you used to be before. And you even detach and feel numb and feel like you're disconnected from your workplace. Na unasikia ni kama hauna hiyo psyche ya your workplace anymore. The things that you even used to enjoy, even if, like for us who see patients, we don't enjoy solving the problems for the patients or doing the things that we used to do with our patients anymore. Another thing that can make you realize that you have burnout is feeling irritable. Unafeel sasa ni kama hiyo kazi sasa hata ndio inakupea hasira. Unakuja kazini na makasiriko. Hiyo makasiriko maybe unatoa kazini unapeleka nyumbani. Sometimes you can notice it like the workplace has really made you so tired. You find yourself being angry at people at home, and they have not done something to you that has made you that warrants that much of irritability. So unapata uko irritable, uko na hasira na makasiriko ambayo you can't really explain. Sometimes inaweza kuwa inatoka nyumbani inaenda kazini, and sometimes inaweza kuwa inatoka kazini ikienda nyumbani. And you even start having physical symptoms of feeling headaches, feeling abdominal pains. Unaanza kuwa na some illnesses that you feel like ukienda hospitalini, even the doctor tells you we're not finding anything wrong with you. That could be a sign of burnout, that now your body is telling you, your body is giving you signs that there's something off in your mental state. And as we said, burnout is actually a mental condition, and we should be aware of it, and we should watch out for it. So having seen that burnout ni kitu yenye tunaweza kuwa tuna experience a lot as millennials, what can we do? What are some of the things that we can engage in, or we can try and mitigate having burnout? Having said that burnout is actually a mental issue or a mental condition, it needs treatment, it needs intervention. So number one intervention that I usually say is take a break. And that's why I was saying that when now you have burnout, it does not respond to the kawaida, the usual things that you usually do, just taking enough sleep or taking enough water, having good diet, or even a weekend does not take care of burnout. Sometimes now when you're having burnout, you need to take leave from your workplace. And that is why a lot of HR regulations require that staff must take leave. So there are people who actually are workaholics, and they will work day in, day out. They don't take their leaves. They're like, no, me, I just want to work. So they'll find that such people will encounter a lot of burnout. And when you're encountering burnout, you need to apply for your leave, and HR people in the workplaces should be able to guide you, or should be able to give you and CEOs and managers should be able to give you your leave. If it's a 2 weeks leave, it's a 1 month. Usually leave is 30 days, but people can break it down to the number of days that you feel you can be able to go out there and detach, actually get out of that workplace. So as I said, one of the treatments of burnout is taking leave. Taking leave means you get out of that workplace, or that situation that is giving you chronic stress and chronic fatigue. So toka kwa hiyo workplace, kama hata ni travel now, go Ushago, go to the village, or go to Mombasa and take a nice break and switch off your laptop. There are some people in some organizations, like some financial organization, Mali, I do some investment. When they are going for leave, they'll tell you, I will not be available even on my work phone. You not find me on emails. They just disconnect from everything and they go take rest. And that rest, that disconnecting completely from that workplace is treatment, and it will help you to recover yourself from that burnout. Another thing that we need to do to mitigate burnout and even to prevent burnout is doing self-care. Taking that leave, going to Mombasa, going to the village, taking care of yourself, coming back to yourself is part of self-care. And other things that I've already been mentioning that help you to prevent burnout is making sure that you have enough sleep every day. There are people who will sleep 2 hours or 1 hour every day, and they're trying to catch deadlines, they're trying to beat deadlines, and that's chronic lack of sleep is what is leading them to have burnout. So make sure you're sleeping well, you have enough quality sleep every night or every evening, and taking regular breaks, taking those weekends to yourself, disconnecting from the workplace over those weekends, enjoying time with family, finding things that fill your soul. As I said earlier, one of the signs of burnout is feeling like your soul is tired. Your soul is just, you're not there anymore. So do things that fill up your soul. Going for hikes, going for girls' weekends out to Naivasha, going for swimming, things that each of us knows things that make us feel rejuvenated and re-energized. Some of us, these activities even include religious activities, going to church, getting nourished by religious activities, and that is very acceptable, okay? And doing things that you feel like, yeah, now I'm back to myself, and I can go back to work, and I can give my best. And again, one of the other things about self-care is that we say self-care is not selfish. Self-care is actually when you make sure that you take good care of yourself so that you can bring the best of yourself to the workplace and even to home and even to your friends and even for yourself, all right? And then one of the things that I will finish up this discussion with is maybe the culture detox and trying to redefine success. Like I was saying, like millennials, maybe we grew up with this notion that hata kuna wimbo ilikuwa inatuimbia someni vijana muongeze pia bidii, baada ya kusoma utapata kazi nzuri sana. So we were taught to just work hard, and maybe we forgot to work smart, all right? So we need to unlearn some of the things on working too hard without working smart, without coming back to ourselves. So we also need to redefine success. Is success making a lot of money, driving big cars, living in Runda and living in very posh places? Is that the only success that is there? Could success mean being happy? Are you happy? Millennials, are you happy? All right? Are you yourself? Are you doing the best of yourself? Are you bringing the best of yourself to whatever you are doing? Or we are just doing things that the society wants us to do? So I think we need to rethink who we are and what success is and how we go about our things and make sure that we are doing the best of ourselves and bringing the best of ourselves to whatever we are doing. Great. Let's go to the next challenge that I feel millennials could be going through in this, and when they're talking about the mental health of millennials. That thing is navigating adulting and the emotional load of navigating adulting. This is where some of us millennials, I don't know about the generation prior to us, sometimes we keep saying that adulting is a scam. Like when we look at our childhood and the way we were always looking forward to, I want to grow up, nataka nikuwe mtu mkubwa, ndio nikuwe na job, ndio ni drive gari flani. And now that we are adults, we are like, adulting is a scam. Like we should be telling the younger ones, don't board. But we are here and we are adults and it's inevitable. You have to grow up, you have to get to the next stage of developments. And now we are millennials, we have children, we have responsibilities, we have careers. So millennials are navigating challenges of careers, challenges of family, how to raise our children, and even financial issues, financial instability. So these are things that could be weighing down on millennials and making people feel like maybe sometimes millennials may feel like we are not achieving the milestones that others have achieved. You see your colleagues are already driving cars and maybe you're still using ganyas. Maybe your colleagues are already building homes somewhere and you're living in a rental somewhere in Kayole. So what I would advise millennials is that everyone is on their own script. And one of the mental health wellness that you should give yourself is to tell yourself, this is my life. You're living your own life and you're living your own script. You cannot live your life on somebody else's script, all right? So we need to embrace ourselves the way we are, accept yourself where you are. I've had to learn to do this a lot so that you tell yourself, this is where I am in life. And this is what maybe we are told a lot, that live within your means. Sometimes you're trying to use your finances to achieve something that somebody else with higher finances is achieving. Tell yourself that person may have had old money. They may have come from a better off family than some of us. So accept where you are and acknowledge where other people are. They've gotten there through some means, and where you are is the perfect place where you should be. The other thing that helps us, that should help us as millennials to navigate the career challenges, the financial challenges, is having emotional skills, having good emotional skills and self-trust or self-acceptance. One of the emotional skills that I can talk about is self-awareness. being aware of who you are, being aware of your emotions, being aware of your triggers, being aware of things that make you happy. And the things that make you happy or make you feel fulfilled may not be the same things that make another person fulfilled. So be aware of yourself, go inwards and read yourself and understand yourself, and be comfortable with who you are and navigate this life as yourself. And again, the other thing for emotional skills is having emotional intelligence, understanding your own emotions and understanding the emotions of the people around you, and even more so understanding the emotions of the children that we are raising. We say that we were raised in a certain way, especially millennials. We usually say that sisi tulichapwa, or we grew up in a very tough environment and we are okay. Some of us may not really be okay, but how do we now raise our children in the changing times? That these are now different seasons than our parents raised us in. And I hope that as millennials, we are getting to understand our emotions more. Let us understand our children's emotions even more, and so that we can raise a generation that is more self-aware and is more emotionally intelligent. Great. So let's continue with another challenge that we feel like millennials are experiencing out here. And that is mental health and the social media age. I want to believe, I should be corrected if I'm wrong, that millennials, we could be the last generation that played outside, or the generation that went through the transition of playing outside and playing on our computers. We are the generation that were riding bikes one day, and then maybe the next month or so, phones were all over, or we started encountering phones. So I can imagine now between the 2000s and between the 1990s and 2000s is when we were now getting a hold of phones, a hold of computers, and we were getting into the computer world. And over time now we've gotten into the social media world. And now even having to grapple, we need to understand even artificial intelligence and how the digital world is influencing our day-to-day lives, right? So how does that affect the millennial, or how has that affected the millennial? Sometimes being too much on social media, maybe being on Facebook, being on Instagram, being on YouTube, can cause a lot of fatigue. It can make you feel like you're just scrolling all the time, or you're on the screen most of the time. If your workplace needs you to be on the screen, responding to emails, researching stuff, you're always on the screen. So you can get social media fatigue, or you can get screen fatigue. And it's important to recognize that and know how to set boundaries. All right. So one of the ways to curb the fatigue is to make sure that you set boundaries, know when to say no. There are people who have actually, or even the devices themselves are very innovative, and they give us screen time. Your phone can tell you that you've been on the screen or you've been on YouTube for 30 minutes. If you give yourself limits, you can give yourself a limit to be on certain social media pages for so many minutes, and your phone will tell you your time is up, and it locks you out so that you can get your mind off social media, get your mind off the screens, and do something else, do things that are fulfilling, and fill up your life with other things than the screen and social media. The other thing is that social media itself can also be a space that people are hiding, that we have a lot of overload of our emotions, or we have issues that we need to deal with our families, and instead of dealing with the real-time issues that are facing us, some people can go and hide into social media, and you're just scrolling, and you even detach from actual people, and you say that I interact with people on social media, and that might not be very healthy. Maybe some people feel like it's good for them, but personally, as a mental health practitioner, I would encourage that instead of hiding in social media, or some people, although it might be okay to actually put your emotions out there in the social media, it might be better to actually talk to the people close to you. Some problems may not be solved by people on social media, and we've even seen some of the negative effects, like you share your deep stuff on social media, and then people start trolling you, or people have very negative comments, or they are abusive on social media. It can be a very unregulated space, and so instead of maybe trying to hide in social media or pour out all our emotions on social media, it will be better to get off social media or the screens from time to time, and actually engage with loved ones, and engage with our family members, engage with people who can help you, or mental health practitioners who can help us. And then the other thing that we need to remember about social media, again, as we said, is setting boundaries and knowing when to do what. And the final thing that I want to talk about in the pertaining social media and millennials, or even all of us across generations, we need to remember our authenticity. when you're on social media, you find that people put on this mask, they put on these faces that they are always happy, they are always smiling, and it can put a lot of pressure. And as we say, that it even puts a lot of issues of fear of missing out or the joy of missing out and all that. So where is the authenticity? Are we really is the real us the people on the social media, or is the real us something else? One of the things that I found that is very grounding, or something that brings me back to myself, and many mental health practitioners have advocated of this, is to just disconnect from screens and social media and go out to nature. Go out and ground. Remove your shoes and walk on the bare grass. Walk on the bare ground. Go to rivers. Go to hills. Go to places that actually remind us that we are authentically who we are, away from social media. So remember who you are. Remember your whole authenticity, your real self, and don't get too pressurized by the social media and by the screens that we are usually engaging on. And my final remark in this mental health awareness, in May Mental Health Awareness 2025, as we've said, the theme has been mental health across generations, is that let's make mental health our business across all generations, whether it is Gen X's, even the silent generation, the baby boomers, the Gen Zs, and I love the way the Gen Zs are vocal, yeah? So Gen Zs, millennials, let's make mental health our business, each and every one, whether it is in the families, it's at the workplace, even in the schools. I personally have a big passion about making sure that we discuss and we make sure that we are aware of mental health of the children in schools. So let's make mental health an everyday thing that we are discussing and we are being aware of, and being our brother's keepers. Make sure that you are being concerned about your own mental health. Are you mentally okay? Are you doing things that ensure your mental wellness? And be your brother's keeper. Is your brother, your sister, your classmate, your colleague at work, are they mentally okay? Are you encouraging each other to do things that enhance your mental wellness? And by and by, I believe that we will become a healthier nation and a healthier society as we continue to embrace our mental well-being. Thank you very much.